Oh, honey, hold on tight because this isn't just another celebrity slip-up. This is a royal-adjacent spectacle, wrapped in couture, drenched in scandal, and served under the Paris lights. Picture Paris Fashion Week, the city buzzing, cameras flashing, designers praying for perfection. And then, out of nowhere, Meghan Markle decides to drop in. No heads up, no polite message, just a last-minute red alert entrance that sent stylists and security spiraling. Models who'd spent weeks perfecting their walk suddenly learned Meghan was about to steal the spotlight. The fashion house had every detail locked: music, lighting, choreography, until she stepped in, not as a longtime friend, but as someone seizing the perfect moment to say, "I still matter." And of course, the creative director didn't say no. Who would? When Meghan arrives, every camera follows. Gossip sites erupt, journalists forget the collection. It was free, global publicity, and it worked. The director basked in champagne and headlines, thinking he'd won. But by the next day, the only name lighting up every headline was hers: Meghan Markle. Not the fashion, not the artistry, not the designers, models, or makeup artists who spent months perfecting their vision. Just Meghan. Her outfit, her smirk, her "look at me" aura turned a team's masterpiece into a one-woman spectacle. And here's the kicker. The crowd watching wasn't shopping. They were gawking. They came for drama, not dresses. The brand didn't cash in on sales, it cast in on gossip. And behind the sparkle, whispers began. How did this happen so fast? Who paid for the 5-star hotel, private cars, and first-class flight? Because nothing about that kind of glamour is cheap. Then came the receipts, and her story didn't line up. Cue Marcus Anderson, Meghan's ever-present shadow, friend, strategist, connector, maybe even handler. He's the one who turns whispers into headlines. Sources say he masterminded the whole surprise. Her grand Paris comeback, the "I'm still here" energy. He convinced her to ditch the fading Hollywood noise for the fashion world spotlight, and she leapt at it. But just as everything seemed flawless, the night cracked. A model stumbled mid-show. High heels, slippery floors, blinding pressure. One tiny misstep in a moment built to be perfect. Usually when a model stumbles, the crowd gasps. Someone offers sympathy, and the show moves on. But Meghan laughed, right there on camera. And that single laugh set everything on fire. Sources say Marcus Anderson snapped backstage, pacing in fury, realizing the image he'd so carefully built had just cracked. He'd designed her Paris moment to be a flawless reinvention, and she wrecked it with one careless reaction. By morning, every headline screamed the same thing: Meghan Markle laughs as model falls. No one cared about the dress or her grand comeback, just the laugh that exposed a lack of empathy and tone-deaf arrogance. Marcus had poured everything into this: contacts, logistics, even finances. And now his name was splashed across hotel bills, tying him to the fiasco. Then came the creative director's interview, the nail in the narrative's coffin. With a shrug, he admitted, "We were just texting," unraveling Meghan's crafted image of a deep artistic bond. Her team had spun a story of collaboration and vision, but in truth, it was a few messages and a last-minute seat. And that stunning gown everyone obsessed over, it wasn't even hers. Insiders revealed it was meant for another A-lister who'd declined. Meghan simply stepped into a leftover look, turning what was supposed to be a powerful fashion moment into a hand-me-down headline. So much for the fashion icon fantasy. That was pure desperation, and the embarrassment only deepened. When her team tried spinning it as a creative partnership, the facade crumbled fast. Every piece of it screamed deal, not collaboration.
He got the headlines, she got Instagram moments and a borrowed spotlight. The only real link between them was their hunger for attention. Meanwhile, Meghan's team kept tripping over their own story. He admitted they'd just texted, her camp pushed a friendship narrative, and the public started wondering, if they're lying about this, what else are they hiding? Then came the quietest and loudest blow of all, silence from William Morris Endeavor. No post, no congratulations, not even a like. For an agency that thrives on publicity, that kind of silence is deliberate. Whispers grew. Was WME done with her? Because when your agency goes quiet, it usually means the clock's ticking. While Meghan strutted through Paris, imagining a triumphant return, her own team back home acted like she didn't exist. And that's how careers really fade. Not with explosions, but with silence. Then, as the lights dimmed, someone did the inevitable. They followed the money. It turned out Meghan hadn't paid a dime for her Paris fantasy. The luxury suite, limos, private drivers, everything was covered by the fashion house. And this wasn't sponsorship. It was a calculated transaction. They paid for publicity, and she sold the illusion of power. The worst part? She posed like she'd footed the bill herself. The independent icon image shattered, and behind the scenes, panic spread like perfume in a crowded room. The brand quickly realized that covering Meghan's entire Paris trip didn't make them look powerful. It made them look desperate, like they'd bought a headline. Meanwhile, her team went silent, praying people would assume she paid for everything herself. But receipts never lie. Word spread fast from staff at Hotel Plaza Athénée. The invoices were addressed directly to the fashion house. And once those whispers leaked, the elegant illusion cracked wide open. This wasn't a grand collaboration, it was a transaction in designer wrapping. She got her glossy photos, the brand got temporary buzz, and both sides hoped no one would notice the strings. But everyone did, and that's when the real damage began, not in Paris, but in London. While Meghan flaunted her independence in Europe, her husband, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, was back in the UK, still pushing for taxpayer-funded security. He'd been arguing it was unsafe to travel without royal protection. Yet Meghan had just shown the world she could jet across Europe, stay in luxury hotels, and attend major events without any state-funded security. That silent statement hit harder than any speech. The British government noticed, and suddenly his legal argument looked shaky. In one move, she unintentionally undercut his case and made him look foolish. And whispers grew louder, because it wasn't just carelessness. It was the clearest sign yet that she didn't care how her spotlight moment burned everything else around it.
She chased the spotlight, but in doing so, Meghan proved she and Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, didn't need royal security, just a brand to cover the bill. Before her chaotic Paris moment, the fashion house had quietly considered her for an informal ambassador role that could have given her steady money and real fashion credibility. But after her erratic behavior, the laughing incident, and the financial drama, top execs backed away fast. Unlike her, they remembered Diana, Princess of Wales, her grace, her ability to elevate others, not steal the spotlight. Meghan did the opposite. Harsh comparisons flooded social media. A viral photo of her lounging in a taxi with her feet up only made it worse, painting her as classless, not chic. The fallout was brutal. Models, stylists, and the creative team were overshadowed, and the brand that banked on her faced ridicule instead of praise. What was meant to be a power move turned into a PR disaster.
Meghan thought Paris was her big win, convinced fashion houses would line up with offers. But no calls came. While she celebrated, the industry quietly moved on, seeing her as a liability, not an asset. She tried to pivot fast, reappearing in New York at charity events to bury the bad press. But the timing was too obvious to fool anyone. The fashion insiders she'd once impressed now ignored her. Even Marcus Anderson reportedly distanced himself. She mistook silence for a pause. But it was the end. Her team scrambled to rewrite the story, but the receipts told the truth. A stunt gone wrong. And just like before, a big opportunity turned into another self-inflicted fall, leaving the Meghan Markle brand as nothing more than a beautiful disaster.